Hey guys, an update on the project. A couple things. Well, the first thing is that the motor or the generator came apart pretty easily. There's a little bit of difficulty in the last couple mounting bolts, but pretty much it wasn't too hard. So here's the gas tank, and then here's the actual engine for the generator. And then I believe this is probably the alternator or something like that. And then here's the electric panel here. There's like a ton of wires, obviously, that's coming from everywhere. I'm probably, when I was looking at the fit of the motor, I was actually taking this along with the actual generator. I took off the gas tank, obviously. I'll try to fit into the bike. But I should probably not do that because there's a risk I could kind of pull on the wires. So most likely I'm going to disconnect all these wires. So I need to be really careful on how I document how all these wires go back together, so that obviously it works when we put it back together. And in terms of the alternator, I might keep this panel, this plastic panel here, from the actual generator, the plastic paneling, and I'll put this alternator on there and just stick it on there, and I'll just tape it together or something like that and put that onto the bike so that they can stay together. That's probably what I'll do, but I'll take pictures of everything and just really document well how all these wires go together. Disconnect the wire, and then over, I think tomorrow or maybe later today, I'm going to start working on the mount for this generator. And I fit it a little bit into the actual bike itself, and I think it fits. It definitely fits. The question is how low can I get it? Obviously, I might have to eventually buy what's called like a longer pedal crank or a wide pedal cranks, just so that I can pedal along with it easier without hitting the side of the generator. But we'll see. Once we put it on there, we'll see what the clearance is. It'll definitely clear the pedals. It's just a matter of like, am I gonna brush my leg against a hot engine every single time I pedal? That's kind of basically the question at this point. So going to the actual bike itself, a couple things. So the Cyclone, 72 volt Cyclone, is gonna have to stay in the other bike. I tried removing it from the other bike. The problem is that the pedal cranks and the nuts and the pedals itself, it's just completely rusted over, which makes removing the cranks near impossible to do. And even if I do get the cranks off that 72 volt Cyclone, the mid-drive motor, unlocking that bottom bracket, when that bottom bracket is, I know it's rusted up like hell, it's just gonna, I don't think it's gonna work. I think I'm just gonna either break all my not break my tools, but break something in the bottom bracket while I try to force it out of the rusted position. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use that 36 volt 500 watt motor. I'm going to actually buy the bigger, beefier controller, the 36 volt, because I really want to test it. It's a 36 volt 1000 watt controller. Here the max current 22. I believe the max current on that controller is 36. So with that controller, I should be able to hit, and I think the peak power on this is like 750. So I should be able to hit 25, 26 on that other motor and cruise at like 20, 22. Yeah. So that's how it is. And it's actually closer to my original vision, where it's a hub motor rather than a mid-drive. So I'm just getting the pieces together here. I did dirty the rims and the tires a little bit with my grubby hands when I try to put everything together. But yeah, so I will definitely try to clean all that up once I get everything together. And in terms of the generator, it's gonna sit across here, but it also has to clear the pedal cranks which is like right there. So it has to be above that line probably. Oh, sorry for that noise. And I tested the motor already. This is an old motor. It does work. So now it's just a matter of getting everything together and getting that generator positioned correctly. And something's going on. In terms of the 72 volt system, it's right here. I'm gonna put the wheels later. I'm gonna put the wheels back on. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'll work on it later. And also the charger, I need to take the charger off, and then I need to open it up. And I believe you can adjust the voltage, charging voltage inside, and also the amperage. I saw Vortex do it, so I need to actually message him just to confirm that it can go from 84 all the way down to 36 or 42 volts. So it'll be 10 amps at that point. So yeah, so that's kind of the updates. I'm gonna try to get a lot done over the next 2 days, which I'm off. So by tomorrow, I should have the motor, or I should have that motor or that generator mounted on this onto the system. So let's just say that's the goal for tomorrow, and I'll make a video update on that at that point. And then the day after that, is testing the generator, make sure it runs, no load, and then and also mount the batteries temporarily with like tape or like some type of strap or something like that. I'm gonna make the battery mount. I mean, the battery's probably gonna have to go here on top here. I was thinking about putting it down here as well, or to the side, but I think the generator is just going to take that space, and maybe I don't want to put it too close to that hot generator, so it's going to probably have to go up on top of, so it'll probably go. I also need to figure out where that gas tank is actually pretty big. Originally I was hoping to put it here underneath the seat here, but to do that I'm going to have to raise the seat a lot more, and I'm pretty short, so I don't really want to raise it that much, so I need to figure out where I put the gas tank. Obviously that will come a little bit later because I need to get longer gas lines. Actually, I need to figure that out pretty soon. Maybe I put it back here or something like that. No. Yeah, maybe I'll put it back here, like right here. The gas tank itself is actually, it's pretty beefy. It's pretty big. It's 0.66, 2/3 of a gallon. So actually, that was really stupid. I shouldn't have filled up with gas the day before I actually stopped using the generator. That was pretty stupid of me to do that. Anyway, so that's the update, guys. So tomorrow, hopefully, sometime today, I'll disconnect all the wires, document all the wires, and then tomorrow I'll get it mounted into the bike. So that's the goal for tomorrow. Get it mounted into the bike. The day after that, the goal is to test the generator in the bike itself, and also mount the batteries. And the battery mounting will be permanent this time. Before, on the 72 volt Cyclone, it was detachable, but I'm just gonna make it simple and just make it permanent. So it'll just be easier for me to get the batteries on there, not have to futz around with any of the making a covering and all that stuff. Anyway, so that's the update. Talk to you guys later.